About 9 minutes to the top of the hour now. It is an employer's market these days. It appears some companies are taking full advantage of that, so much so that some top performers in the employment sector may have had it, could be planning to move on. A new survey finds as many as 40% of U.S. professionals are considering quitting their jobs after the summer. Emily Bennington is co-author of Effective Immediately, How to Fit In, Stand Out, and Move Up at Your First Real Job, joining me this morning from Columbus, Ohio. Ma'am, thank you for being here. And seriously, can anybody afford to quit their job right now? Sure, you might like to, but in this environment, is anybody really quitting?
Well, there's certainly a lot of unhappy employees out there, isn't there? And I think that this study, as well as the whole Steven Slater JetBlue incident, are really just canaries in the coal mine to the larger issue, which is that employees are really stressed out. And a lot of this stems from the fact that when we entered the recession, businesses obviously let a lot of their employees go. And even though we seem to be coming out on the other side of that a little bit, businesses are still nervous, and so they're not rehiring that staff. And so what's happening is that the people who are left have found themselves doing the work of 2 or more people, and it is stressful. And so we shouldn't be surprised when they snap.
Emily, are we getting to the point that it's possible the employers might be maxed out in what you can get from your employees right now?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. But in terms of people who are unhappy in their careers, I do think I work a lot with young graduates, and what I'm finding is that they want to enter the workforce and they want meaning in their careers. They don't just want a job. So, you know, it's a tough market right now, but I don't think that businesses have maxed out what they can get from their employees. No way.
All right, so we could be, Mimi, if you're handling the work of 2 or 3 workers, they might try to get the work of 4 or 5 workers out of us down the road. Do you find there's a gap as well in the ages? Like some younger people might be more willing to quit than maybe the older generation of workers?
No, not at all. But like I mentioned before, they are looking for meaningful careers, not just a job. So they have very high expectations from the workforce. And so when you're in a situation like that, of course you're going to be disappointed at times. But the trick is to try and find a career that is meaningful to you, but to meet your obligations in the meantime.
Do you find that a lot of people, would people dare quit their job before they have another job? Are people so unhappy that they're even doing that in some circumstances?
Well, that's certainly not a very good strategy for the long term. Again, I think what we've seen with the Steven Slater incident is that you can do something that seems very highly satisfactory in the short term, but maybe a long-term bad move for your career.
And you mentioned Steven Slater, of course, with JetBlue. You mentioned him a moment ago. Do you find what impact has he had, I guess, in how people feel about their jobs right now? I mean, is it simply a story people kind of talk about, oh, I would have done that? Or can that serve as some kind of inspirational, some sick, twisted inspiration, if you will, for other people who are looking to get out of their job?
Well, what's interesting about Steven Slater is that he actually did what the rest of us only dream about. I mean, I don't think that there's a person out there who hasn't wanted to cuss out their boss and grab a couple beers and slide down the back, but most of us have a little bit more self-control than that. But I do think that everyone should pay attention to Steven Slater's Facebook page, which now has something like over 200,000 members, and really look at the comments to get a sense of the collective frustration that he has tapped into.
All right. It is an interesting idea right now, Emily Bennington, to try to quit in these economic times. But like you say, a lot of people looking for meaning right now in their jobs. Well, hopefully we all find it if we haven't already. Emily, good to have you with us this morning. We appreciate you.
Thank you.